Will 2026 be the best time for home buyers to buy since 2022? We think so. Now let's back up just a minute and take a look at this Redfin report talking about home buyer demand dropping 15% year over year, and they're not wrong. This is the 2022 line. We all know what happened in the middle of 2022 as we move out here, showing home buyer demand across through the spectrum. 2023, the orange line, 2024 is the blue, and we find ourselves here at the green line of 2025 showing reduced home buyer demand, about 15% year over year from 2024. That in and of itself doesn't reflect particularly well. But listen, this is just the sentiment of buyers right now. Everything across the board, not just housing, has been too expensive for too long. Here's why we think that's about to get better. Let me go on to the next chart and talk about inventory. So we know that inventory has been rising, but it's great to put it in context. Now, this is existing home sales, months of supply of inventory, and this right here is pulling into November of 2025. And we can see that September, October, November, even through the summer months, we had higher inventory in 2025 than we did in 2024, 2023, 2022, and certainly 2021. So we're creating a more balanced market. Now, a truly balanced market is going to be somewhere in that 6 to 7 months worth of inventory. We're not quite there yet. We're inching up towards 4.5 months, but still, this is far better and far more equitable for buyers than what we've experienced, certainly since the end of the pandemic, or certainly since pre-pandemic. So we're starting to see this healthier market present itself for home buyers thanks to increased inventory. Let's take a look at this. This is national home prices over the past 3 months as presented by Freddie Mac's Home Price Index. And you can see for almost all of the country, we're seeing modest declines in home prices. Now, this is far from a home crash, and certainly some of it is seasonal. As we pull into the last part of the year, we start to see home prices plateau a bit, but this is perfect. It gives an opportunity for wages to catch up with home prices. Listen, we don't see a crash in home prices or a valuation crash coming. It's just not in the cards. But what we do see is a plateauing of home prices, finally a bit of a respite from all of that rapid appreciation that we experienced coming out of the pandemic, and a chance for wages to catch up. We forecast relatively flat home price appreciation, certainly for the metro Atlanta area moving into 2026. That's going to give an opportunity for your paycheck to have more bang for your buck when it pertains to buying a house. That's good news. And then if we take a look at mortgage interest rates, this is an interesting chart. And what I want to focus on are the 3 months of November, December, and January. So right now, obviously, we don't have January 2026 yet, but we can see November and December of 2025 have been far better than November and December of 2024. You can see we were inching up towards 7% this time last year. We're down in the low sixes right now in December of 2025. Go back to 2023. We saw mortgage rates around 6.75%, all the way up to 7.25% in November of 2023. And if you even take it back to 2022, mortgage rates were higher then than they are right now. Now we're waiting on January, and we hope we get a nice January continuation of this trend. But ultimately, when you go back and look over the past, almost 4 years now, we're in the best window for mortgage rates that we've seen going back past 2024, 2023, and 2022. That in and of itself is cause for optimism. And then we'll close out with this one last chart that we can see that, listen, if you are pricing your home right, there's not much of a price cut in the offing for your home. So if you're working with a great listing agent who makes you understand the market and you're selling your home and you price it accordingly, it's going to sell quickly and you're not going to take much of a price cut. But boy, if we get out into the 30 to 45 day or even 75 day or 106 day in terms of days on market, you can start to see the price cuts, whether it's 2%, 4%, or even getting up towards 6% off of sales price. Buyers who are patient and find homes that might be listed a little bit too high are certainly having success negotiating those home prices down. We think all of this points to the same signal, which is that 2026 is set to be the best time for home buyers to buy since going back to the early days of 2022. If I can be of any service to you over the weekend, don't hesitate to reach out, mark.milam at highlandmtg.com. Have a good weekend.